The sport of boxing has always been about who is the best fighter in the world. After the many years of domination by Floyd Mayweather, the question was asked as to who would be the next face of boxing. The Mexican, Canelo Alvarez, was non-arguably the best in the world at the time and was believed to be so for years to come. But, in such a sport, everything can change. Terence "Bud" Crawford climbed his way up silently until he completely showed a different level of skill set in his fight against Errol Spence and became the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world without question. The fight between Crawford and Canelo has been talked about a lot and is for sure a legacy fight. Who will come out on top? Well, that is a question we will examine. From a young age, Crawford showed a natural aptitude for the sweet science. He honed his skills in local gyms where he quickly caught the attention of trainers and mentors who recognized his potential. As Crawford transitioned into the professional ranks, everybody knew he would be a problem. With each fight, Crawford's star continued to rise. His ability to seamlessly switch between orthodox and southpaw stances baffled opponents, while his lightning-fast reflexes and devastating combinations left a trail of defeated foes in his wake. However, Crawford's first big moment in the world of boxing was when he challenged for the undisputed super lightweight title and showed everyone that he would be the future pound-for-pound king.
Switching from right to left, so just look forward to that as this fight continues to progress.
Good looking counter left hand from Crawford as Ndongo lunged in.
The power hand, the backhand for the southpaw.
Crawford, one of the best switch hitters in the game, can do it either way. Comes out as
his belt.
Remember, he won his first world title with a first round.
Size, the length, the speed, all those things. But one thing that shouldn't be missed that I think favors Crawford.
On paper, it's a 3-inch height advantage. There's a swinging.
You'll see the shots that you need to land. Good shot from Crawford right there, but Ndongo still just a little tight for my taste.
And then on the back end, a right hand to the body, and that's going to be a knockdown score.
Yes, he's still hurt.
That's a great point. Let's see how he reacts.
Terence Crawford is a great finisher.
And faster. Nearly clipped him again. Came hunting with a right hook.
Crawford counterpunched with remarkable accuracy, timing, and reflexes throughout the fight. He constantly lured Ndongo into punches, then quickly took advantage of the openings with deft counterpunches.
Of quality opposition that's prepared him for this moment right now. Sure about what he wants to do offensively.
Left uppercut tried to split the guard, and Ndongo came forward that time. But
one of the most memorable moments of the fight was in the third round when Bud landed a devastating counterpunch to Ndongo's body, dropping him to the canvas and securing a knockout victory.
Up in two different ways, punch in between them.
Another knockdown score with a vicious body shot.
What we can extract from that fight about Crawford is his ring IQ and tactical brilliance. Crawford possesses an exceptional boxing IQ, enabling him to outthink and outmaneuver his opponents with strategic precision. He understands distance, timing, and angles that allow him to exploit openings and capitalize on his opponent's mistakes. On the other side of the story, while Crawford was being crowned undisputed champion, a Mexican superstar by the name of Canelo Alvarez would challenge the great Floyd Mayweather for a light middleweight championship showdown. Prior to the fight, Canelo had a whopping score of 42 wins and 0 loses. Many believed was the one that would knock Floyd Mayweather out. The fight, however, was the complete opposite.
That are not associated with the camp said that, and we'll see how much he can adapt to Mayweather.
The back half of the fight, they're feigning each other, exchanging jabs. Mayweather jumping forward, flashes the defense.
I think Floyd's done trying to have started the fight fast. I think he wanted to test that too, and Alvarez is trying very hard not to.
As 30 seconds has elapsed here in the second page out of the Mayweather book. As he jabs the body, the 1-2, adapt and adjust on the fly is second to none. And now a quick exchange on the
Canelo, even from a distance, making an effort to get to the body.
Remaining in the second as Mayweather pops off a couple more jabs. Canelo.
So it's creating this tactical situation.
There's Canelo with a lead left hook that connected.
He's going to have to be desperate.
1-2 combination there by Mayweather, connects to the right
Shots
hand.
there, not moving out, forcing Canelo to take the
Counter
chances.
jab by Canelo.
So of his generation. That's why it's 6-1 in rounds.
Maybe he wants to bully him to the ropes and try to work the body a little more. Easier said than done.
We talk about Canelo has to be more physical and try to use that weight advantage. It's not that easy to corner
Jab through the guard and that right hand, and what a sublime right uppercut up the middle by many. Look at this display.
He's got to beat Floyd to the right. Look, Floyd always beats him so that Floyd can walk the other way and walk into one of his hooks from Alvarez.
There's 2. 1-2 combinations through the guard. The greatest fighter of his era, but now Canelo with a straight right hand has Mayweather along the ropes.
Steps left, right.
Final minute of the 8th round, and Canelo has Floyd Mayweather on the ropes again, delivering combinations, but with the jab.
Either way, it's confidence for
Canelo gets rocked with the right. Mayweather punch-shotting Canelo with the jab all night. 30-second hand over top. Right hand by Canelo. 15 seconds left. Mayweather remains money in Las Vegas.
No one had outclassed Canelo this way, and it is safe to say that after this fight, Canelo promised to himself that no matter what, he would become the best fighter in the world. After capturing the middleweight straps, Canelo wanted to get the legacy fights, and in his way was the very fast-handed Amir Khan. Nobody knew that Canelo would show that he was on such a different level against such an opponent. Khan tossed out several jabs to open the fight, but failed to connect. He maintained a high tempo for the remainder of the fight, but couldn't affect Canelo a bit.
Khan is trying to do that.
But the problem is now that he also has to prove that he can absorb one.
Canelo is a measured, patient fighter. There's part of his bread and butter, digs it in. Just missing with a right cross across the top. Hard left hook.
When did he get caught with the hook? When he led. Canelo is a natural counterpuncher.
Crowd oohs and ahs as again Canelo. Khan once again flashing his hand speed and combination. So far, I think Khan's trainer Virgil Hunter is going to like this first round.
Canelo the chance to counter.
He should only pot shot Canelo until about the punch between the second and third punch.
Terrific fight so far in terms of tactics, speed, and skill. The ring. He seems to have quicker hands than feet.
Question now is, when or if?
In round 3, Khan remained mobile, forcing Alvarez to lunge in and miss many early shots. But what Khan didn't know was that Canelo was studying his every move so that he could set a knockout later on.
Kind of seek and destroy, left hook to the body kind of fighters. He's already fallen, Canelo, into the kind of fight that Amir Khan wanted. A couple rounds say Canelo may be down in this fight. Does he have the
Virgil Hunter, who is Amir Khan's trainer, and listen as he gives instructions. Virgil yells, point, point. Either of you guys know what that means?
Could be talking about the pivot, pointing with the left, point to the left, point to the right, keep him out of position. Don't allow him to set up an attack. Straight up.
Right hand on over the top, good body shot.
That was the right counterpunch for Alvarez.
That was a devastating right. He remains in position to counter like that. When he
How to use his jab against the kid we saw tonight.
David Lemieux.
Yes.
Doing a much better job of cutting off the ring here in the fourth than had been. Nobody has conjured the question of whether Amir
be a pivotal round to me strategically.
Hard punch by Canelo
is able
to throw 3 or 4 punches to land that third, fourth.
And in the 6th, Canelo's vision came true. Alvarez feinted another jab and landed an overhand right, dropping Khan unconscious. The referee did not bother to count.
Hard body shot with the right hand.
The left hook and the right body shot landed.
Less and less physical space between himself and Khan. And what a display of hand speed by Khan there. The jab upstairs landing with frequency.
Not just that the body shots cumulative effect, and I think we're starting to see it.
Body shots, as well as taking away his energy and every. It's the first one there.
What we can extract from that fight is that Canelo can make it seem like you are getting the best of him, just for him to let you get overly confident and make mistakes. We see that many times in his fights, but more on that later. Terence Crawford had moved up in weight and had captured the WBO welterweight title by beating Jeff Horn. His second challenger would be no other than the fighter who got brutally knocked out by Canelo previously, Amir Khan. Now, it was time to see who performed better against the same opponent.
Straight right hand.
It didn't take long for Crawford's power to get to Khan, who has a suspect chin. Late in the first round, Crawford stunned the contender with a chopping counter right hand, followed by a left hook for good measure.
Crawford, because once Crawford starts getting his jab landing, then he's able to set up his combinations.
Oh, he scores a knockdown! Bud Crawford with a early drama here at MSG. Crawford another right hand, and Khan is wobbly again, trying to stay up. End of one. When that next right hand lands. There's a body shot with the left hand from Crawford.
Yeah, I don't think he's recovered. I think he's slowly recovered.
Khan puts that right hand so quickly behind that jab with that speed as he lands a right hand. There's a lead right hand from Crawford, and he comes with another sweeping punch.
His jab right now, kind of flicking it out there, trying to choose the right opportunities to attack.
And then comes out to get back to business. Hyper-focus and attentiveness, and there's a 1-2.
Khan steadied himself over the next couple of rounds, working the jab and staying out of range. After starting out in an orthodox stance, Crawford switched to southpaw in the third round.
That isn't comfort in the middle of a highly pressurized world title fight.
Khan, he's still throwing.
There is that right hand. He survived it. That was nasty.
What up by the body punches from Crawford?
The body goes upstairs, says that was low, does Khan. Crawford really doesn't care. He's on the attack.
That's the shot that Crawford's trying to
good body shot by Crawford.
Trying to set the right hook up.
Goes to the body again, and then doubles it up with the left hand and goes upstairs as he's back to an orthodox stance now and clubs with a right hand, sweeps across the belt line, looks for glory, lands a left to the body.
At the end of the day, you know, me and Amir Khan were two different fighters, two different pedigrees, and he's doing the best he can with what he has. It's the best way I can just
come forward.
Watch the sweeping backhand of Terence Crawford. He's setting it up.
There it is. And there's a looping right as well. Now southpaw. Can he give an angle? Three-punch combination.
Khan had a couple of positive moments at the end of the fifth, timing a left hook and landing a couple of jabs flush to the chin. But those positive flashes were few and far between. Everything was trending in Crawford's direction, and he was well on his way toward another easy win before a controversial low blow happened.
I think it's low blow.
This fight's being stopped because of that. Well, we got more than 4.
Low blow or no low blow, we all could see where the fight was going.
Still the WBO!
While Canelo waited all night long to land a haymaker on Khan, Crawford outboxed him and won every single round up until the 6th. In the world of boxing, matchups don't get much bigger than this. A potential showdown between two of the sport's most electrifying talents would mean who would be the best in the world. Bud is a master of adaptation. With the ability to seamlessly switch between orthodox and southpaw stances, Crawford confounds opponents with his elusive footwork and razor-sharp reflexes, and nobody tells us that this wouldn't also be the case with Canelo. On the other hand, Canelo Alvarez is a force to be reckoned with, a relentless aggressor who stalks his opponents with methodical precision. With thunderous power in both hands and a granite chin to match, he for sure is the one out every fighter who could knock Crawford out. But we should see how the Terence Crawford of today performs, and what better fight to show than the complete domination of a pound-for-pound fighter in Errol Spence.
The bell and round 1.
Crawford, who is known for fighting from both the southpaw and orthodox stances, fought primarily as a southpaw and scored his first knockdown in round 2 with a powerful right cross.
Spence, a jab that's doing
one of the biggest physically imposing welterweight champions ever, but Crawford can turn cornering Crawford. The jab, the shot to the body, there's a counter. The vacant ring welterweight title and become the only man to be a 2-division undisputed. More combinations except for Roman Gonzalez in this, much more so than Crawford.
17 combination punches per round.
Double jab, good combination. There's that hand speed and the combination.
I mean, doesn't do too much, but just
explosive jab to the head and the body. And there's a combination that drops Errol Spence for the first time in his career.
Spence came out in round 3 determined to turn the tide after the knockdown, throwing big shots including a left hook that landed cleanly early. However, Crawford was able to withstand the attack and showed his precision by landing a clean counter right that again staggered Spence.
Footwork from Crawford, the openings.
The left hand and the left uppercut by Crawford.
The advice given to Spence.
Oh my goodness, a left hand that rattled Spence for going to the body, and Terence Crawford, the jab, the left hand, coming up on a minute and a half.
And these landing is definitely hurting Errol Spence.
And the advice given to Spence, he's not turning.
And he continues to jolt Errol Spence with the jab.
Most people thought Spence might still be doing good work at this point, but
Bud Crawford, who has already knocked down Errol Spence.
In round 7, Crawford dropped Spence twice, once with a clean right uppercut early on and again late in the round with a right hook. And after such a beating,
backing up Spence with these punishing shots.
Exactly that, the accuracy, the reflexes.
Farhood, Errol Spence down. First round on its unofficial score. And again, the KO.
Walk over here.
All right. To Terence Bud Crawford, making it look way too easy. The accuracy, the punishment. Spence continues to work. He has been stopped in his tracks repeatedly by
34 jabs, but only landed 28, so it has not been a weapon for him.
Crawford. Oh, the right hook! Spence goes down!
the referee had seen enough.
For Errol Spence. And again! I mean, the way he's being hit by the jab is incredible.
This fight is very close to being over, I believe.
Yeah. Spence is an uppercut.
Final minute of the 9th. Spence desperately trying to land some right hook. The left, the right. Errol Spence on inline skates. And the referee is entrance. Bud Crawford has made.
Crawford had become the only male to hit undisputed status in 2 weight classes and got elevated to the #1 spot in the pound-for-pound rankings as the best fighter in the world. After that performance, he was calling out Canelo, as he knew that would be his toughest test to date, and if we won, he would non-arguably be the best fighter of this era. But you can never count out Canelo's power and determination. If he can close the distance and land those big shots, it could be lights out for Crawford. As the anticipation builds for a potential matchup between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez, one thing is certain: the clash of their contrasting styles will produce a spectacle for the ages. Who will emerge victorious? Only time will tell.